Good morning to everyone. This is the power of healing with Utabi. Ungowekhethelo. So, as you can see today, I'm just going to talk about um do's and don'ts of raising a spiritually gifted child. Yeah? Depending on the age. So, yeah, as I said, ungowekhethelo. Intungwelihle undaba ezitha nkosazana yelanga nenyanga. So today I want to have a conversation. Anginanama notes, so hopefully I remember all of the things that I wanted to talk about. Thokoza, Zandile, Thokoza. Hi. Okay. Is it Bonzo? Sorry, ish. Let me fix the eyesight problem now. All right. So today I want to have a conversation, guys. Yes, I want to have a conversation. It's not our Thursday Q&A session, but I really want to have this conversation with you. I was laughing this morning, ne? Very interesting what I saw or what I received. Guys, yeah, social media is going to humble you. Social media is going to show you flames, especially if you are physically dominant. If physical being is very dominant, social media is going to destroy you. I'm sorry to laugh, but yeah. Lezinto eniyifunda ku-social media or lezinto eniyibukela ku-social media zizonilimaza. Let me just say that. Spiritual awakening gone wrong. Have you ever heard of that? I'm going to talk about that. Spiritual awakening going wrong. Gone wrong, actually. You know, people are awakened, guys, ne? Let me explain what do I mean when I say, because I always talk about your physical domination and people don't understand. Physical domination means inyama yakho is more dominant than your spiritual being, meaning that you are controlled by inyama in decisions and your thoughts and how you perceive the journey, your spiritual journey. So it is mostly controlled by your physical being, meaning that it has to compare with something. It always wants to fit to being normal. You're always looking for normal ways to do things, or will this be acceptable? That's your physical being dominant. Why you always have why questions? Why does it have to be so difficult? I mean, there could be, or there should be other ways of doing things. Guys, nizolima. Okay, so spiritual awakening, guys, gone wrong means that you were not naturally awakened. You were told by somebody else, ukuthi wena you've got a spiritual gift. It did not happen naturally. So I want to talk about kids whom their journey happens naturally. Because a lot of people I've met, I've realized ukuthi kahle kahle, this person was not awakened naturally, but utsheliwe ukuthi you've got a spiritual gift, and now they're trying so hard to find their way from what they've been told. Lo muntu akazazi yena, it did not happen naturally kuye, or akakayi-understandi. All right, so utsheliwe, they went for consultation, watshela ukuthi une-natural gift. All right, watshela ukuthi une-spiritual gift, but akusiyinto ayi-experiencile, of inzuza, of inkosazana, of inkanyamba. Guys, I spoke about the behavior. I did not speak about the characteristics. I did not speak about izinto esiyibonayo. Inzuza inama-characteristics where I can see with your character represents inzuza. Inkosazana inama-characteristics. Inkanyamba nama-characteristics. I said to a lot of people, I made a video a long time ago, and I said, Tell me your dreams and I will tell you which water spirit you have. But it's not only about dreams. It's about how you behave. It's about the signs that I see in you. There's a lot of things that make out a characteristics a spiritually gifted person. Now, and this is what we miss out as abantu, the characteristics, your character. All right. Now, nisenkingeni guys, you know, when you are told ukuthi you've got a spiritual gift and now you try to balance the journey. Now you try to want to understand. Kunabantu who are not awake, they've got spirituality in them, but they are not awakened as yet. Please don't force awakening. Don't force it. Because umuntu ukujeni of spirituality, remember asihambi ngokufana, ayifani futhi indlela yethu, right? Uyambona lo muntu ukuthi impawu, the signs are there. The signs are there, but kunentambo ezingaxhumani. There's this disconnection between amathongo into azama ukumtshela yona nokumfundisa yona and their physical being not receiving it. Kunabantu uthola ukuthi lo muntu already uku-spiritual journey, but still akekho awakened enough to understand what the spiritual journey entails or means. Thokozani, you see why I don't want to do live recordings. This is one of the things, because now I get to read energies and I don't want to read anybody today, please. So if we get disconnected, guys, I'll continue this topic with this topic, my Q's and A's. I'm reading somebody, I'm picking up an energy. Angfuni. Nyala, go spring break this week. I'm actually busy with renovations. You go spring break, so I really don't want to. I really don't want to read somebody. I really. And whoever that I'm supposed to read, but I really don't want to read somebody. Okay. Nyasha, but let me see if our gogo bazothukwa kancane, and then we can continue. This is why I don't want to live stream. So yeah. So let it happen. Let awakening Jehovah. Let it happen naturally. Let it happen naturally so that uzokwazi experience what you should be experiencing. Right? I just hope whoever that I'm supposed to read uyaphuma ku-live stream, then I'll be saved because the energy is away. Anyway, let it happen naturally, guys, because uyayiforsa and then kube ama-wires angasahambi kahle. Uyayi-enforcer kuwe, bese wenza into esirong kakhulu. Uphume endleleni, sikubone ukuthi uphume endleleni. You said you have got a spiritual gift, but uyaphuma endleleni, and that is because your spiritual, your physical being is in control here, telling you ukuthi wena umuntu wenyama, wena umuntu wasemhlabeni, wena umuntu ofane kubuka izinto ngale ndlela. Guys, when you are spiritually gifted, in izinto awuzibuki how the ways ziza ngakhona. Can I say that? Awuzibuki the ways ziza ngakhona. Asiboni thina the way umhlaba ubona ngakhona. We don't judge based on what the public sees or the public says. All right. Tina, we look for things beyond right now. And then I think this month particularly, I'm going to try and focus on ama chakras. I want to explain ama chakras. Kunabantu ama chakras angekho balanced. So it's very difficult to be awakened if your chakras are not balanced. Because your information process, disconnect somewhere. Kunabantu who really don't, who are spiritual, but abakakhona ukuzwiwa ama messages. They don't really understand the messages that they're getting, either from nature, from amathonga, from idlozi, from the prophetic gift from isithunywa, from imimoya le ofanele ukuxhumene nayo, akuhlali. And this is because you are not balanced. Your chakras are not balanced. You don't understand yourself kahle kahle. Kunabantu who really don't understand themselves in such a way that they really don't understand the journey that they're supposed to be in. Kunabantu who are rushing to when we say spiritually awakened, there's a difference between spiritually awakened and a spiritual gift. Umuntu ufuna ukuthi simtshele ukuthi uyihila and uyiphi healer. So I always say to abantu, I start with the first step. Mina, if amathonga athi for now ula, I have to treat you ula, and then we from la, once we have resolved this, then you can go to the next step. All right. It's not always where uqala ijeni yakho and then bazovele bathi unobungoma. Sometimes ijeni ifanele iqale ukuthi khona izinto ekusafanele zifixe zilungise, then they open up. As I said, as I always say, uyakhula. Ijeni khona lapho ijeni ifanele iqale khona. Now, I want to talk about a child. When a child eqala awakening, kunalapha aqala khona. Hence I say, guys, there's a difference between consulting nomntwana ona 5 years, consulting nomntwana ona 16 or 15 years, consulting nomuntu omdala. Those are 3 different stages. Those are 3 different things. When you consult or you do therapy or you do a reading, emntwaneni ona 5 years, there's things that you look at and there's tests that you do. Kulomntwana, you don't just say wena ngane yami, we don't just phonsa amathambo and say wena ngane yami lobungoma una 5 years lo muntu. Kunezinto ezingakaveli kuye. Kunamathonga angakaveli kuye. How then do you phonsa amathambo and uhlole lo mntwana ngoba khona awugogo nabomkhulu abangakazivezi kuye. Nizothwasisa abantwana. Kanti abantwana abanakuthwasa abantwana. There's a child who's going through spiritual awakening. There's a child who's going through spiritual attacks. Those are 2 different things. Thokoza Cindy. Those are 2 different things. Nizothwasisa abantwana because umntwana is going through a process. We need to understand the process. There's umntwana where we consult only to do a certain ritual. Ukuthi lo muntu kunqamuka imimoya. Guys, when we break imimoya kulomntwana, we just do that ritual. Nalomntwana simnqamulele le mimoya, umntwana buyele back to being a child and enjoying ubuntwana. And then kunesikhathi where umntwana is awakening. Ekufanele sihambe siqhumane namathonga ukuthi okay, lo muntu una 5 years. Siyacela, uyacelela umntwana. Siyacela ukuthi lo mntwana kahle. I met somebody, guys, when I was doing my spa treatment. She's going through this and I wish she can actually watch this video so that azo understand her, because she was asking me a lot of questions about umntanakhe. The child is very young, 8 years, I think. Umntwana uyacelelwa ukuthi bahlehle abantu abadala, guys. Stopani traumatize. The journey of spirituality is not easy for us as adults. Us being 40 and above, it's not easy. How then do we expect umuntu ona 5 years to handle it? Baye ngiyaxolisa bangabe ngithinta indaba enkulu sithando sami, ngiyaxolisa kodwa asisizaneni. Now uyacelelwa lo mntwana una 5 years, for God's sake. This is a baby. So siyamcelela, there's a child where kunomntwana ekufanele simbonisa amanzi bese sithi wena nana funda lamanzi. Umntwana le efanele ngiyibuke kule ngane. There's a difference between umntwana ona 5 and then there's a difference between a teenager, all right? Now, a teenager, you can actually read, but with that is why, guys, in reading, there's palm reading. Kunomuntu ekufanele the way you're going to get connected with the energy yakhe, and their spiritual attachment is through a palm reading. Angithi ngikhuluma ngabantwana la, ngikhuluma itherapy yomntwana, angikhulumi ngabantu abadala, ngikhuluma ngabantwana. Khona umntwana othi uma umbamba izandla and then you get all the information, because yonke ilento yakhe, it's here. All right? Kunabantwana, as I said, umbonisa amanzi. Kunomntwana ohlola amehlo. Kunomntwana obeka ubeke mhlambe izinto la zabantu abadala bese uthi xoxa indaba mntanami aqoqele. Okay? Abafani. So, and then kunomntwana who's now getting into dreams. There's dreams of spiritual awakening, and then there's nightmares. You need to differentiate between the two. Asekeni ukuthi iy'ngane zonke zinedlozi. Ne? Spiritual awakening dreams and spiritual attacking dreams. Kunomehluko. Okay? Then we get into dreams. Touching abantwana abana 5 years. Let me start with abantwana abana 5 years to, let's say 5 years to 12. Yeah. To 12 years. Where lo mntwana lo with this age, right? And this child is going through energies. Umntwana khona labantwana abane energy, guys. And when they detect it medically, they would say hyperactive. And they give this child medication. You need to know why lo mntwana ne energy engaka. Not everything is through science, guys. Not everything is science. Now, some things are spiritual. Lo mntwana une energy, but energy yakhe, she seems to be 2 in 1, right? Uthola umntwana uyadlala, but lo mntwana makadlala mawumbuka njengomuntu omdala, lo muntu lo abantu abayi 2 in 1 person. I-energy yakhe abantu abayi 2 in 1 person. Then we speak about a reincarnated child. We speak about this spiritual twin. Ne? Kunomntwana ofike adlale, and then all of a sudden kube ne-cut off. Isolate, azibuyise. That child is going through spiritual awakening, but in terms of understanding their physical being, ne? When this disconnection happens, where mood swings, we call it mood swings njengabantu, ayashintsha. You need to understand ukuthi ukuphase manje where she needs to, especially with a reincarnate or especially with a spiritual twin, udinga ubuya, okay? And then there's a child who breaks off at a certain time of the day. Lo mntwana lo uyalala. Set at exactly, it's either it can be 30 minutes later, but lo mntwana lo uyalala. Lo mntwana is going through this transformation. Kunomntwana othi mawuhleli naye, i-energy that you get from this child is old. Umntwana onamathonga ke loyo, futhi agezekile ke lawo mathonga. Mawuhleli naye, not because she's saying something or he's saying something, but mawuhleli naye, for some reason you feel the presence of an old woman, or you feel the presence of an older person. That's umntwana onamathonga. Kunabantwana abangatrust, guys. Kunabantwana abangadingekanga in the journey of trusting. That's why we've got self-initiates. Ningayiphikisa indaba yama-self-initiates but sizonifundisa. Now, this child, mawuhleli naye, ay man, like ukabona, you're sitting with your child, but you can feel this presence. A lot of times uzuzame nokuqalaza ukuthi, hayi man, why am I feeling? Okay, right. Even at school, they will tell you ukuthi lona simtholi or mdala or mncane. The teachers themselves, you know, there are times when you find teachers respecting a child. Bayazi what that's the energy of the child. I'm reading this person again. Okay. So now, this child uyayenza bathatha lama energies walo mntwana, because lo mntwana unabantu abadala. So lo mntwana lona, irrespect ayirecivayo from adults, is they're respecting the spiritual presence surrounding this child. Now, kunomntwana who forms or who creates imaginary world yakhe. Lo mntwana lena ukuma, she always seems out of place. That's a child whose spiritual being is traveling through dimensions, who's experiencing more than what is seen by the eye. So we play out. Umthole udlala no Dolly, uyaxoxa story, and yet but maybe in her own or his own zone, uyaxoxa nalento, whether uphethe page, uyaxoxa nalento. Lo mntwana lo travels. That's what we call an out of body experience. A child that travels without like being consciously aware ukuthi akasekho la umzimba osonaye lo. Guys, there's more to a spiritual gift. There's more to a spiritual awakening. Now, labantwana bonke abafana abahlolwa futhi ngokufana. Abafani futhi in terms of how you address spiritual issues with them. Now, let's get to laba abadala. Now, where you get that lo mntwana has been awakening for years, because in awakening there's a training, guys. You go through a spiritual training. Then there's this child who's now a teenager. Now, lo muntu experience the spiritual journey now in a more of intense manner. So energy yakhe ayifani nezinye ingane. Kunomntwana who always gets into trouble without even doing anything. We're talking about teenagers. They don't do anything, but they seem, or some seem to be attracting abangani aba weird. Some seems to have their own mind. Ne? Even with teens, how you address a consultation yabo ne-reading is totally different to an adult. I cannot talk about amathonga namadlozi nama-water spirits to umntwana okuma-teen years. Zidofundisa abantwana into eziro. That's why abantwana now they are overweight by izinto esibafundisa zona that they're carrying amabhayi eyikolweni. Unless-ke kupractice-wa nezinye izinto zasebumnyameni. Khona abantwana who are fully awakened in such a way that they know rituals. They can perform rituals ongazazi wena umdala. Esikolweni now it's a playground to perform anything you want. They have a way of calling those things. So now this child starts to do like, has this weird behavior, yeah? And omunye has you need to understand your child. And it's unfortunate because some of parents really don't understand what's going on. Umntwana une-energy, une-double energy, where this child needs, now what they need to do is release this energy, because umntwana one-reincarnate, guys, and umntwana umntwana ohlelwe omunye spirit gets double energy. So i-energy yakhe does not allow them to sit down and not engage in anything. They need to release energy. They need to revive energy. They need to be in this process where bayenza kanje energy up. And then lo mntwana lo is going through things, right? There's a child that just cries. Uyakhala nje uthi uhleli naye inyembezi zayiphumela, watching that kids who are oversensitive, ne? And this is because awakening was not easy on them. And kids don't share unless they get a stranger. So what I do is, when umntwana eze nomuntu omdala, ngiyamkhipha umuntu omdala, I wanna sit with this child. There's this, a child is more open, because what they do with them, what happens is they use the instinct of trust first. Before a child can confide in you, they need to receive the energy of trust. And this is now where we go to their level. Hey, I've started my new netball team. I was training the 3 days. Spring break is doing me well. I was training. I needed to release my energy. Yeah. So by the way, so I've got 14 girls who are very dedicated. Hopefully we'll get a tournament soon. Anyway, yeah. So this child's energy yakhe changes, right? One day, one moment ukanje, one moment ukanje. These are teens now. So we understand those things, but now we are in awakening years now. And with the energy, it's very difficult for a child who's going through that transition to manage our energies at school. So omunye uthola ukuthi ama energies at school that they are picking up, amenza behavior strangely. If omunye uba so rude, uma ngale when you called esikolweni ukuthi bathi this child is rude to teachers. Marandlini agasileyo nto leyo, overpowered by energies at school. As I said, kids come from different backgrounds. They experience different things. Yes. So Kanye is saying she visited a church where kids from 5 to 6 years were taken to Ehlane to Pagamisa. Guys, there is too abanye abantu. I think Kanye, thanks for raising that, ne? Thanks for that, love. You were right to do that. You were right to stop it, because let me tell you something, guys. And this thing people are not aware of. Have you ever noticed where the church, ne? And this pastor, for some reason, ohamba nomntwana omncane all the time, is accompanied by this child. Sometimes umntwana or akasuki kuye lo mntwana. You need to be careful, guys, of where you place your kids. Mfundisi uyamthanda umntanami. Have you ever asked yourself ukuthi umfundisi utholani from lo mntwana? Because some churches amiswe iy'ngane zethu, ithunywa zey'ngane zeneni ezimisa amasonto, ithunywa zey'ngane ey'sebenzayo. Sometimes you get that the pastor is not really good space of ordainment, or akagcotshiwe ngenkazimulo yezulu, if I should say that. So usebenzisa iy'thunywa zey'ngane zenu ukuthi abantu beze. Guys, not everything that we see with our eyes is the way ingakhona. And a lot of people will say, mina abafundisi abahambi lezi zinto ze-spirituality niyamanga man. Angazi nikhohlisa abanye. Singanitshela iy'nto ey'nkulu nje. But anyway, you get that this pastor is forever focused on kids, or this pastor is forever focused on this particular women, or lo mama lo. Kunalo mama othandwayo enkonzweni. Lo mama lo ndendlela uyathandwa nje enkonzweni. Have you asked yourself why? Yisiphi because sometimes uzithola uthandwa nje enkonzweni, kanti isithunywa sakhe esisebenza kuleyo nkonzo yiso esimise leyo nkonzo. Yile moya wena ohamba ngayo ongayinakile emisa inkonzo. Bona bayazi benefitani from yona, wena wazi. Angithi wena your physical is dominant. Kunamabandla aphethwe izinto zabantu, aphakanyiswa into zabantu. Anyways, asikho lapho. Thanks, Kani, for raising that. It's very important that you don't allow your kids to engage in anything regarding spirituality wena ungekho, and when ungazi ukuthi why. You need to be given a reason. So when the church says thatha ingane sophakamisa umimoya, yiphi leni uyiphakamisa? Because sometimes, even with kids being taken to emanzini, guys, and bayayithatha ingane hayi siyogeza umoya, or they are going through spiritual attacks, siyobageza emanzini, or siyoyehlisa isithunywa, or sosusa idlozi. Bayolisusa balise kubani? Bayolisusa balisephi? Bayolisusa lisetshenziswe ubani? You need to be careful ngey'ngane zenu. These kids that are smoking izinto ezi-wrong, or drugs or whatever, guys, started from somewhere. Iy'ngane ziyahlangahlanganiswa la ngaphandle. Angithi sikhuluma ngemimoya. La we're talking about spirits. So a child that is akekho umuntu who's in danger like a child who's going through spiritual awakening, because for us adults in this journey esimbonayo siyabona ukuthi a child goes through a spiritual journey or intense spiritual awakening from the age of 7. From the age of 7 until 15. Okay? So siyakwazi ukubona ukuthi amandla azanayo lo. IsiZulu sithi ligotshwa lisemanzi, ugoba lawo mandla lisemanzi. Ngoba la I think abazwayo bazongizwa, ugoba lelo lisemanzi, leyo nto ezayo. Mawuthola abantu abawazizi abashesha babheke, asheshe babone, baligoba lisemanzi, usala unomntwana ostoti kanti ligotshiwe lisemanzi. So yeah, it's very dangerous. A child that is going through that transition spiritual awakening is very, very open to a lot of things. So you don't need to force it. You need to understand ukuthi lo mntwana is going through things. You need to understand ukuthi ijeni yakhe it's his or hers alone. You don't enforce it. You enforce your beliefs and the way you know things, because akazanga ngesiphiwo sakho, unesakhe that efanele ukuthi understand. What you are meant to do is to understand and guide when necessary. You're just here to shape that gift. Now, with us, the instinct of being a parent kicks in before anything else. Okay? When ufuna ukuyi-resolve le nto iphele because my child is going through things, mina angazi yazi gogo ukuthi kwenzakalani, you always say that, angazi gogo ukuthi kwenzakalani ngalo mntwana, uvele waba stutu nje nani. How you handle it wena izomlimaza lo mntwana, because when you are using instinct of a parent. You understand? You are using your physical being to understand this thing. So uzomlimaza and uzokhatha off ijeni yakhe. Because there are things that when this transition happens, you don't ask questions. You don't want to know. I saw this and this and this. And they are talking in terms of spirits. Yes, mama. Right? Okay? Mama. What? What you don't do, guys, what you don't do is too much questions. Bekuyinto yakhe, bekuyimfihlo yakhe, let it be imfihlo yakhe. Bekekutshela nje to tell you or to ukukuvusa ukuthi I'm going through this thing now where I'm seeing, but you are not supposed to be asking ama questions every day now about amaphupho akhe. Then you are invading his space. It's a transition. You are blocking spiritual awakening because you are bringing your energy, manch. Oh, when a child is going through spiritual awakening, please don't try to manipulate it by ugumpanisha, because okay, omonya, as I say, is picking up this energy where esikolweni ungenye indlela, ekhaya ungenye indlela. And then when I saw uyamshaya ke manje umntwana sekahlala thukile, now you're changing the energy, which is going to create ama nightmares for lo mntwana, because you must understand guys, lo muntu ku energy angayi-understand kwayena. This person is experiencing into angayazi naye, angakwazi nokuyichaza futhi. This person is seeing into angayazi, angakwazi nokuyichaza futhi. You get that a child is even carrying ama-burdens wabantu abadala, because a spiritual awakened child will pick up ama energies wenu and then take everything afuna ukuyihandlela yena. What they try to do is come with solutions. And now you're getting umntwana umthola confused ukuthi, and as they're trying to fix things now, emotionally and spiritually, what they do is now they mature quickly. Okay, this I'm talking about ama teenagers, angithi umature quickly manje, because ugcine omunye umntwana ugcine nje automatically aba ubaba sekhaya, aba umama sekhaya, carrying all these burdens, because during the transition of spiritual awakening, what you are feeding, the energy that you are feeding, the energy yokuthi fanele abe responsible. Okay, so kude space where akhula ngomoya, wenze njani, uba responsible. And then irresponsibility, because it was received during a spiritual process, wenze njani lo mntwana, uba matured and no longer acts their age. Okay, so we have kids who have matured during a spiritual process, and now badala, the energy they are carrying badala. All right, so we need to be aware of these things. Kids find things, and because bayazi ukuthi uma mangifika ngimbonisa izinto engiyibonayo nezinto now we're talking about the young ones are very much innocent, bazokubonisa, but these ones noma ngimtshela this thing, noma ngimbonisa this thing, hayi wena uthanda izinto, umntwana uyafika ekhaya, yazi mama khona into engiyibonayo esikolweni yenzeka kanje kanje kanje, and it seems like abanye abantwana abayiboni. Hhayi, wena nje uhlala uyicabangela iy'nto zakho. That's how we handle them, angithi. Uhlala ucabangela iy'nto zakho wena, hhayi, focus on iy'nto zesikolo. You understand? You are not bringing yourself to their level to understand them because you also went through things. I had this workshop one day, and where I was delivering sort of like a parents workshop where I said you need to be aware of how you interact with kids. And this is it goes back to the flow of of communication, right? Now, when umntwana, let's say a 5-year-old, mangima mina ngima nge-height yami, guys, that is called intimidation. Uma uzom-attenda nge-height yakho, it's intimidation because lo muntu ungaka wena ula. Ne? So this is intimidation. But immediately you come down to here, it becomes communication. Maula, we receiver from la. It's intimidation. Therefore, I cannot because you are overweighing me. But maula, mina nawe sizolingana sizokwazi ukuxoxa. That's when you get to the root of the problem. That's when it is received and given equally, because ukulevel yakhe. Now you need to be aware that with teenagers, with this is a level when I think this is from 7 to 12. Now with teenagers, you need to be a bit here, ne? When you need to be, so you come from here to teenagers and you become here. Why is it different with teenagers? Because then what they do when they receive that energy of balance, in terms of balance, what happens with them, they start using manipulation. They manipulate. Yeah, you're right. Manipulate the situation. Sorry, slung. So they try to manipulate the situation. Ama teenagers. You need to understand between understanding and manipulation. Yeah, anyways, you understand what I mean. But they try to manipulate you now to their corner. So that's why you can't be same level. Okay? You cannot be harsh, but you cannot be also here. You need to be here. And then nizokwazi understandana, uzokwazi ukubona the difference between that manipulation and a lot of things. So yeah, as I said, guys, you don't want to force your knowledge enganeni. You don't want to force your energy enganeni. The ones that are younger, but they act out. Okay, they act out. They and then you get with teenagers, it becomes more of a verbal a thing where abanye bayakhuluma, they talk back, abanye man. Okay, then there's this situation that we don't talk about where you get umntwana who's in their early 30s, their 20s, not the umntwana. Then we get to these ones. I want to get to these ones from 18, 19, 20. Umntwana vela mithi nje. Guys, kunabantwana ababa pregnant. Kunabantwana ababa pregnant. No matter how much you try to use contraceptives, they get pregnant. We need to talk nales salukazi or lekhehla elimhleli. Not every teenage pregnancy is ugusa. You get this young adult in their 20s, ne, guys. Lo mntwana sabathi kuthiwa uyamitha umntwana. Naye akazi nokuthi wenze njani, and then all of a sudden lo mntwana lona is acting out like somehow. This thing, as I spoke about energy, guys, we need to understand this energies these kids go through. And then lo mntwana lona uthole manje, it's this energy is overpowering. because akayazi ayixoxe nobani, akayazi ayenzani, into engakhulunywa ilanguage engafanelanga uyikhulume la ekhaya. Or if uyikhuluma uthanda izinto, ufuna ukuyongena izinto zabantu abadala, wena ufuna ukungicontrola. That's what we say. Kunabantwana who get pregnant. Lo mntwana kusabe kuthiwa kwenze njani? Lo mntwana yazi ukuthi does i-family planning, but isisu siyahlala. Because idlozi lakhe okokuqala lo muntu le nto enimhlabisa yona alisebenzi. You know, when we speak about water spirits, guys, when you speak about amatonga, you need to understand that these are spiritual. And as spiritual as they are capable of anything. I remember when I spoke about Inzuza, and one of the things I know about Inzuza is that Tina, we don't give normal birth, right? I spoke about that. And I spoke about the fact that we don't breastfeed. Ne? Okay. And as much as I spoke about only those few, ne? I want to talk about this one. I did something, ne? And I'm going to share it. I know it's personal, but I like to share my experience because it makes things easy for us, other people to understand. I went and I did ngayovala. It's family planning, so ngavala ukuthi I don't want a child anymore, right? You will never. I went through this phase where I was forever sick. I knew what was going on. I knew ukuthi for some reason it was telling me ukuthi abogogo lento engiyenzile abahlangani nje nayo. So but then because then I'm trying to say, yeah, no, I don't want a child. Remember, we don't know ijeni obekelwe yona, ne? So I did that, and as I did that, I realized ukuthi lento iyangigulisa. It's doing more harm than it's doing good. Because Gogo did not say to me, sesiqedile ukukunika ingane. They never said that. And besides, I was forever told ukuthi in my stars kunezinye ingane. So now I went and did this, and then I think for 3 years, but I was trying to push ukuthi no, bazogcine bayi-understand. You know, we try to get our way. Believe me, ngihambile ngayoyikhipha. Because it's not something ayifuneki emzimbeni wami. So same thing with the, as I said, we have different experiences. So same thing ney'ngane fanele niyiconsidere naleyo ukuthi lento lo muntu anayo and nalama contraceptives esimnikeza wona ziyahlangana yini. Because nizoblame iy'ngane zithanda izinto ley'ngane zamanje eyama-2000. Guys, kids are experiencing. As much as we are experiencing, they are experiencing as well. And it doesn't take away. The journey is the same for everybody. The journey is intense for everyone. We just have to put ourselves in this space. So now, mina as Uthabi, I know better. Now, as I know better, I have to attend to into zey'ngane zami better because I know better. I think one thing that we should use social media for is to teach better, or to teach our generation better in terms of handling umntwana, in terms of handling life, in terms of handling things. Not lento esiyisebenzisela yona and destroyayo, because you go and collect all this. There are people who just collect it. You know, you get to a person obheka ukuhlala abugcokile. That's why I made a video and I said sometimes your ancestors are just tired of you consulting. Ubhela ubuhlala agqibe umbuzo lo muntu lo buhlalo lo ubuthole kanjani. Can you tell me the journey of ubuhlalo bakho? Last week I was with one of my spiritual children, and I said to her, let me explain each and every breed engigqokile ukuthi shukuthini, so that you understand. Because when you have gone through your spiritual journey and your spiritual awakening ngendlela right, and it's landed you where I am, what happens is that you can tell your history from where you come from. I can tell you ukuthi kuze kufike la where I'm a medium and a shaman, what really happened before my birth. And that is because you are awakened enough. They give you you sort of like get your book yempilo as it is. I can tell you ukuthi for me to get to the water elements that I have, what happened, ubani oze nawo kanjani, uze nawo kanjani. That's the beauty of it. So akusiyo into oyicoshayo nje emoyeni. From each beat that I wear, whether it's beats, whether it's what do they call it? Amanye amazwe, they've got different kinds of ubuhlalo. So I can tell you in meaning and where it comes from and how I got to about to having it. I think the last one that came forth was this one for me. In a journey yayo in itself, yabona clear in a meaning yayo in itself, in a journey yayo in itself. You need to know, you need to know. You get to a point where even in your dreams you get validations good when you. My dreams are totally different from what people are dreaming. I remember sometimes when people tell me about the dreams, those dreams I dreamt a long time ago. Manje my dreams are me with the space engikuso. My dreams are like they like they are like when I'm awake. I don't think it's ever a dream anymore. It's not even does not even feel like a dream because I'm there, it's happening, and I can see it's happening, and I can tell you, okay, Mara, this, you get to a state in your dreams where you can tell, Guti, okay, iyenzeka lento, ayenzeki ubani, lo ovelayo ushonile mos. In your dream, you just, that's why I'm saying, Guti, feel like, hi man, am I still sleeping? Because lento iyenzeka and ngiyayibona and I understand it. And even with when you go through things, you get answers within a blink of an eye because ugule space where you know yourself, you know how to carry yourself, you know how to shift shape, you know how to do out of body experience without anybody noticing what you're no longer here. You know how to separate yourself from this I need to attend as a physical being, this I need to attend as a spiritual being, because within those two spaces I'm totally different. This is all I wanted to say, except if I've missed something out. But with the dues of children, allow them to go through their journey by themselves. Ungazami ukuyichaza ngendlela yakho, akuse yakho. Allow them, but only guide when you are asked and when it's necessary. And if they feel confident enough to confide in you, because they know you are not going to attend it as a parent, but you are going to attend it as a friend. Allow their journey to happen. Allow them to be them. Don't filter it. Ungafuni ukumshintsha abe ile nto wena oyifunayo. Try to understand it. Try to understand things from their own point of view. Ukuthi yabona njoba nami ngiyifilile i-intense kanje. And I wish to say even to our parents who are our parents as well, that you've gone through this, regardless of the fact that when we deny a gift, mhlawumbe lo mntwana does not have a choice to deny that gift. So you need to understand it. You need, don't ungathi ngoba wena uyidinayile bese uba nenkani enganeni, ingane is going through this thing, painful. It's not an easy journey. It's very painful. I don't wish it on anyone, kahle kahle, especially kids. I don't wish it on kids because it's one of the journey that just gives you more hell. And you having to, from you having to raise yourself up every day, you having to deal with spiritual warfare and attacks of people. Can you just imagine ingane eseyihila at the age of 10? Inzima kithi lento umuntu uyafika uzomhila zenento zakhe, where you get drained, you get exhausted, you get sick, you get this, you get that. Sometimes uvukwa amazinyo like crazy, you don't even know why, because our right, and then that as soon as you've dealt with this client, it goes away. You get back pain, you get we don't wish it on kids. So can you just imagine lo ona 10 ongakayi experience life futhi nimuthi bhu ngalento eyinkinga without understanding it. Hence I said, abantu abadala kuya-negotiate nayo ukuthi okay lo muntu kule space esinje, we do izinto different with abantwana so that abantwana bazoba relieved from this thing. Angithi at that moment we give it. Thank you, my sweetheart. Thank you, Cindy. So with that time we give it, masibhizi siyincenga, siyamncenga lo mntwana, because even remember this, umntwana lo ngaphakathi. A spiritual being is a child, guys. Uyancengwa le muntu ukuthi okay, siyabona ukuthi kuyaphi la, siyacela ukuthi nehle kancane, akakabi ezingeni lokuthi abe lapho nina nimfuna khona. This person has not even experienced things yet. Ningathwasini iy'ngane bantu, ningekelani ukuthwasisa iy'ngane into ezinzima tu. This thing is very difficult, as I'm saying. It's difficult kumadodana amadala na 65, difficult. How more of a child that is 10 years. It's not easy, guys, but do's. Always know to bring yourself to their level. Because communication is much easier when we get to that level. Understand it's a journey. It doesn't mean ngoba umzalile wakho sometimes. It doesn't mean ngoba umzele owakho akazelanga wena, mhlawumbe uzele izizwe not wena. Mangabe ne-calling uzele izizwe not wena, wena you just a guardian. And allow yourself to be guardian, not a destroyer, not a leader, not just be a guardian. Just be guiding them in the right path. And then mawubona ukuthi khona ezicakayo, then that's where you involve ogokuthabi. That's when you involve them. Master zicaka ukuthi ayabona ke le say ku higher grade, it's no longer my level. Then thina sizodila nayo nge-higher grade. But with everything else, the best thing you can give to them is love. Ngiyabonga kakhulu. Let me rush to my own things and go spring break for this week. I told you. We'll see you tomorrow for a question and answer session. Thank you so much.